Welcome back. In this lecture, we'll demo you a simple merge conflict scenario. Let us jump in. Here I am inside my merge proj2 Git repository. Let me run git status. Looks like it is clean. I'm on the branch and let me do git branch. So I have two branches, master and cities-version 1, and I'm on cities-version 1. Let me run git log -1 line. I have a bunch of hashes on the commit history, and as you can see, the master is at 8F4E and cities-version 1 has two additional commits into it, and the head is pointing to 9D16. And based on the commit log comments, we can tell that cities.txt has been edited on this new branch, and we added San Jose and Houston to the file. If I do cat cities.txt, we have Denver, Boston, San Jose, and Houston. With this, what I'm going to do is check out to master. And if I do cat cities.txt, I have Denver and Boston. So on the cities-version 1 branch, we added San Jose and Houston. Now let me do this. I'm going to edit this file, get into cities.txt. I'm going to delete Boston and add London there. So the scenario is that the file has been edited on both the branches. So if I were to do cat on this file, I have Denver and London. It had Denver and Boston on the master branch. So let me commit this one, git add cities.txt, git commit. I'll say added London to cities.txt. Done. Now here on the right hand terminal, if I do git log -1 line, you can see that the master actually moved it to the new commit 0fd0 and says added London to cities. I misspelled it, that's okay, to this file. But originally it had Denver and Boston. We deleted Boston and added London. But again, the cities-version 1 comes with its own changes. Now let us try to merge the files. I mean to say merge the branches. I'm on master branch and I'm going to do git merge, and it is cities-version 1. Now if I hit enter, as you can see, I have a problem here. It says auto merging cities.txt. It says conflict, merge conflict in cities.txt, automatic merge fail, fix conflicts, and then commit the changes. Now, as you can see here in the bracket, it says master, and you have pipe and this. Now if I do cat cities, hit enter, it says that head, this is where the master is pointing to, and you have London there, it has dashes, and it says Boston, San Jose, Houston. These three cities are in cities-version 1 branch, within that branch, but whereas within our master branch, we have Denver and London. So let me open the file cities.txt and delete this guy here, delete London. I mean to say the equal to signs, and remove this as well. So now I have everything. I have London, Boston, everything, and I'm going to save this file. Now with this, I'm going to do add. Well, before I do that, let me do git status. I have that file change. I'm going to do git add asterisk git commit -m merged cities.txt file. Done. Now if I were, as you can see, now it switched to master here in the bracket. Now with this, if I do cat cities.txt, I see Denver, London, Boston, San Jose, and Houston. By the way, at the time of editing, if you were, if you choose to delete San Jose, then it would have been gone. Now if I do git log -1 line, hit enter. Now as you can see, now the master is pointing to the new commit here. The master was previously pointing to fd0, which was the one prior to this particular commit here, and here we merged it. And by the way, I mean, this is a very simple scenario. On a real-time project, you might run into a bunch of files that might have conflict. So, I mean, that is the reason why, Git recommends that you, create as many branches you want and merge them the way you want, because, creating branches is very cheap. I mean, it's not expensive deal in terms of merging. It doesn't have to do much work, and everything happens locally. When it comes to a remote repository, you're just pushing it at the end. Prior to that, you're just working locally. That's why they're really fast. Well, that is all about a simple scenario where you run into a merge conflict and how you resolve it. Well, that's it in this lecture, and I'll see you in the next.